Mellow beat.
Whoa, man. Whoa, whoa. Yeah. Right to this thing.
Mellow beat.
going on. Week 4 NFL. Let's get right into this. Mellow, you already know. Everybody's having a great day. Let's get into these plays. Get some good plays for today. A couple stacks. Hopefully get some cash. Please like, share. Wizard. Let's get into it. The NFL. We're going to go each position. Find our favorite plays for the week. Make a quality lineup at the end. Get some Draftkings and FanDuel lineups. Alright, so go ahead and switch it over to the Draftkings side. Everybody's having a good day. It's Saturday, man. Can't wait for football tomorrow. Get some good plays, get some drink, and hopefully cash, man. Alright, so let's get into these plays. Alright, so we got here.
Thank you.
You want to say hello?
Yeah.
Say hello, everybody.
Essie.
Say hi.
Hey.
Say how you doing?
How we doing? Your turn.
Yep.
Your turn.
How we doing? All right. Had to steal the kids' snacks real quick. All right, let's look into it. Going to the quarterback side, I think you got to look at Kyler Murray at 6,800. I think it's a great price tag. Now, he is, 87 on FanDuel. Like the DraftKings price, I think it's going to be a great game against Washington. Looking at a 49 implied total, but I do like this Arizona stack for today. Don't know, my cover guy will be Harrison Jr. I think it's going to be a great connection. Even James Conner, I think it's going to be a good spot on all 3 guys for week 4. Washington is basically bottom tier against the pass attack, allowing almost 270 passing yards. They're going to have a field day. I think it's going to be a good spot for Kyler Murray. Definitely put on a show, and it should be a good game overall for them. Last game he went off was against the Rams. He had 28 fantasy points. I think it's going to be one of those games where he give you that 20 plus in his matchup against Washington. So I'm going to go ahead and plug him in. I think everybody's going to be on Murray, but rightfully so in this matchup. All right, second guy I want to consider. I think the values there is Derek Carr going against Atlanta. It should be also a good stack for the New Orleans squad. You know, going against ATL, playing at ATL as well. He has had a good career against them. Last time he played ATL, he had 27 face points. And he's only 5,900 on DraftKings. He is 76 on FanDuel. To me, it's an overall good spot for Derek Carr and the whole team. I think that, it was a dud last week with Kamara and Shaheed, Olave and them. But I think it'll be a bounce back matchup for the whole squad in this play. So I definitely want to look at Derek Carr. Should be a good spot. Hopefully a good play against ATL. But I do like him for GPP just because of the price tag. He's under 6,000. But I think it should be a good spot for him to flourish. Another play will also be Baker Mayfield. He was a dud for me last week. He did have 10 fantasy points. But going against the Eagles, I think it should be a bounce back play. He has also done well against Philly. Last time he played them at home, he had a 30 fantasy point game, and that was last year. He had 3 touchdowns. So it should be another spot where you got to pair him up once again. Hopefully with Evans bouncing back and Chris Godwin's been a baller for the last 3 weeks. I definitely think you should go back to the well with Baker Mayfield for his price. But he is priced up this week. But Baker, I do like this price tag for him for 6,400. So give me like 20 plus fantasy points. I can see that here. So I do like this spot for Baker Mayfield. Hopefully flourish in this matchup. If you want to pay up, you do got C.J. Stroud. He had 12 and 14 in the last 2 weeks, so kind of looking a little shaky. But going against Jacksonville, they're one of those teams where you definitely want to plug in against. Last time he played at home against Jacksonville, he did have a balling spot where he had 33 fantasy points. So that was his highest that he had against them. He had 33 and 20 in the last 2 games. But playing at home, he did have a rushing touchdown as well with 2 touchdowns, 304 yards that game. So C.J. Stroud, I mean, for 7,000, you want to look at this as cash, but he's in a rightfully so in a smashing spot to go back to the well with Diggs or even back to Nico Collins. So definitely think it'll be a spot where they should all go off. So C.J. Stroud, I do love this play as well, just for the price point. But hopefully give you that 28 to 30 fantasy points, and which that's what we want, especially for his price point. So C.J. Stroud hopefully bounce back here. Another play. Let's see. We got those 3 guys. You got Jalen Hurts, I guess, on the other end of the field. He did have 15-22 against Tampa last 2 times against them. 7,200. See, 7,200 for him. It's kind of hard because, they got their guys getting beaten up. You got A.J. Brown coming back from an injury. I think he is questionable. I got to look into this tag on him. He had an injury with who's the other guy on the opposite side of the field? You got Brown and Devonta Adams. Is that Devonta? Devonta Smith, sorry. Devonta Smith being hurt as well. So that could definitely hurt his upside. I'm not sure if I'm going to go this route, especially for his price point. I think I'm going to fade him on this play just because of injury news. So I think I'm more so going to play Baker on the opposite side. Let's see if I can find some more savings. I'm not sure if I'm going to go elsewhere. I think these are kind of the safe spots I'm looking at. I love Murray for this week. So more so I'm going to go Murray, Stroud, and Baker. I'm probably going to have some spots for Carr. But I think these 4 guys, in my opinion, are the routes I'm going to go for this week. So let's go to the next play. Go to the running backs. Should have some good spots for running back this week. Like I said, you got James Conner. He has 6,500 on Draftkings. They priced him a little lower than this week. I think he was priced up last week. Yeah, he was at 66. So it's $100 cheaper this week. And he's 76 on FanDuel. But James Conner, another good spot going against Washington, their bottom tier, and against the pass and the run attack. They're giving up almost 120 rushing yards a game to the rush attack, almost 1.2 touchdowns a game. I think it should be a good spot for James Conner to let loose. He did have 2 touchdowns in the last 3 games. James Conner's another good spot here for 6,500. So James Conner, do like this play. Let me get my charger. Charge it. All right. Yes, boo. If you want to pay up, you gotta Brees Hall for 7,800. He has 2,000 on. I mean, he's 8,000 on FanDuel. But man, going against Denver, he's been a baller last time at Denver. This is gonna be his first time playing at home, but he's been a baller. He did have 31 last time at Denver. But he's playing home, so where I mean, you want to pay up 7,800 for him. He had 18 and 24 and 19 in the last 3 games to the season. He's been their offense. He has 3 touchdowns in the last 3 games. Man, he's been a baller on all sides of the field, even the pass attack. So he's getting about 6 targets a game, around 5 receptions a game. So that's really impressive. He's definitely been there offense. So I think you can't overlook this play. But going against Denver, I think I'll get more shares to Connor. But I do want to consider Brees Hall just for cash. Let's see, another play. I guess, can you go back to the well with Kamara? I mean, he had a dud last game against Philly, but I mean, this guy's been a problem. He had 5 touchdowns in the last 3 weeks, so he had 4 touchdowns against Dallas, but in this spot where going against Atlanta, giving up around 95 rushing yards a game. And we all know that he could do anything on the field, especially with the screens. He is questionable, so I guess we could put the tag on him on that end. So I'm gonna go ahead and plug him in for the injury news, but he is questionable. Let's see. Go ahead and tag him. Once you got Kamara, he is questionable. Alright, so we got a questionable tag on him. I still think he's in a good spot if he does play. Let's see. Let's get back to the running. Is Mixon back? We gotta see if Mixon's playing because everybody was on that Akers train last week, but he is questionable. So you do have Mixon. He is questionable because I mean, I'm looking at Cam Akers for his price point, but we just gotta look into his status as well. He's questionable. All right, Houston. Now I'm definitely gonna be keeping tabs on Mixon because he's on my fantasy, so. He's on my fantasy squad, so I gotta look at him. Let's see who else I'm looking at for the running backs. Let's see position. Maybe Brian Robinson. He looks intriguing against Arizona. They're also bottom tier against the run attack, allowing almost 120 rushing yards a game. So, I mean, he has 17 in the last 2 games into the season. He had 2 touchdowns in the past 3. So, I think he's still looking at the opposite side of the field with Washington. If you want to look at Brian Robinson, I think his price tag is fair. He is 7,300 on FanDuel. Love the price tag on Draftkings. So, Brian Robinson. Also a good play to consider in this matchup. I think both sides are in play. It's really going to be depending on how far it is, especially on the pass attack on the Arizona side. But if it goes back and forth and they can utilize both of these running backs, it could be a nice little stack on both ends. So I do want to look at Brian Robertson. I think he's also a good spot. Hmm. Let's see who else I'm looking at. Oh, oh, oh. You know, a guy I like Bijan. I think Bijan Robinson. Bijan's in a good spot. He's been a baller against New Orleans in the last 2 games last season. He has over 28 fantasy points in both games, which is crazy to know. So Bijan looks good for ATL. He's 7,400, but he's up there in price. But it shows he got crazy upside. Let me see. He had 3 touchdowns in the last 2 games, and against the Saints last year. So, do you play in any regular leagues? You play in any regular leagues? What you mean, brother? I do want to consider. I think that's gonna be in a good spot. I do like Bijan. Bijan looks good. So we got Brian and Bijan. So let's put B. You got B Robinson Jr. Bijan for ATL. Let's see. I think it'll be another bounce back game for DK Dobbins. I said Robbins. DK Dobbins looks good. I mean, I really don't see anybody on the Chiefs. I mean, I even see the Chiefs defense being a problem, but I mean, DK, he had a bad game last week against Pittsburgh, but man, had 25 against the Raiders, 23 against Carolina. I mean, Chiefs probably could stuff it on the defensive end to where it'd be harder for him. Well, you're talking about DFS, a regular league would be a regular fantasy league. Talking about DFS, a regular league would be a regular fantasy league. Oh, okay. Sorry about that. Yeah, I'm in. Yeah, I play Draftkings and FanDuel. I try to dab in a little bit with Underdog as well, but DK, I think DK's in a great spot. I'm just thinking the defense might be a problem for the Chiefs. For the Chargers. So I do like the Chiefs defense actually in this week, but I still think DK for his price point could be a problem. We just gotta look into. I just think it'd be a bounce back week for him, especially the dud last week. Let's see. Anybody on the Jets do I like? Y'all let me know what you think about Braylon Allen for the Jets. Let's see, Braylon Allen. So Braylon, he's been a little, he's been looking. He had 2 touchdowns against Tennessee. He had 11 carries against New England. So is Braylon Allen a problem? Could he be a problem in this matchup? I said, bro, I'm talking regular fantasy football. Yes, I play in. Yes, man. Dang. So, okay. So, we gotta think about Braylon Allen. 10 and 20 in the last 2 games. 5,400 on DraftKings. I think I like him if he wasn't like. He was 5,000 against Tennessee in week 2. They pricing him up $100 every week, so let's see. I might get a couple. I don't know if I would pay up for it. I think if you was like 4,000, My bad, man. I guess I don't call that stuff regular leagues. Yeah, my bad, man. I guess I'm thinking those are regular leagues in my opinion. But yeah, my bad if I'm making it confusing as I shouldn't be. You know what I mean? But um, let's see. But are you talking about like Yahoo, those type of leagues? Are those the type of leagues you're talking about? I do have this one. Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, man. I'm not trying to dodge your question. But yeah, I'm on those type. I do have like Yahoo leagues as well. I just feel like I'm on a lot of different stuff. Yeah, I'm just trying to understand the question. That's all.
Daddy.
Mm-hmm. About to finish it up. I'm on running backs. Oh, I saw that Adams is out. He's in my league as well, and he's out. So I'm gonna have to figure some shit out on that one. Okay, so Eckler's out. So I guess that's what makes. I think that's what makes it better for Bijan Robinson is with Eckler out.
What?
Let's see.
Can I get a sip here?
No. Go with CC.
Can I talk?
You want to talk?
Yeah.
What do you want to say?
Hey.
You crazy ghoul.
Talk you turn.
All right, let me add Eckler. Washington. Eckler is out. And we have Vegas Adams out. Alright, so those guys are out. Let's see. Where am I looking at? So I was talking about Braylon Allen. I don't know for the price tag, but he could pay up for his price point on Draftkings for $5,400. Let me look at. I think he's value. Can I say GPP? I say Braylon Allen. He could get some work. I feel like if Breece Hall balls out, I mean, he could get some looks as well on the offensive side. So maybe Braylon Allen might be a play. Hold on, be careful, girls. Olivia, take those off, please. You're gonna hurt yourself. Alright, let me put Allen in there. Braylon Allen. Sean Johnson. I'm trying to see, is there anybody else I like here this week? So I think actually Brian Robinson could be a lock here this week without Eckler in the offense. And I ain't gonna say nothing, man. I ain't do good either, bro. That boy Atkins, boy. But then again, Moreau, he didn't do anything, so I can't say nothing, brother. I ain't gonna say anything to you. But then again, Moreau might be a problem this week. I think the Saints could be a nice little stack this week. Yeah, I wasn't gonna say nothing. It was funny because I was deleting all my plays for this week. And I saw Atkins on there. I started laughing. I was like, I had red all the way on there. I said, let me delete it real quick. I ain't gonna put you out there like that, homie. All right, I think I'm pretty much done with the running backs. I'm looking at like Rashid White. That's DFS for you. That's true. I mean, it's all about trying to find the best play. You know, it is what it is. All right, so I think I'm pretty much done with the running backs. I'm just trying to find anybody else that could be a good spot. I think I'm done with the running backs. Let's look into the receivers. All right, receivers. If I'm gonna go to the top here, we got Marvin Harrison Jr. I think he's a lock in my opinion here. In the last 2 home games, he had 32 against the Rams, 17 against the Lions last week. He's in another great matchup going against, like I said, Washington's bottom tier on the defensive end. So he should have a eating in this matchup. I think he should definitely ball out. He had 11 targets last week, even though he had a little regression. Was it regression? 11 targets for 17 fantasy points. I think he's still going to bounce back to be a great play for his price point. It's funny because like week 1, going against Buffalo, he was 7,200. So knowing that he's 75 this week, I think it's rightfully so for his price point. I think you just have to play him here. I think he's in a good spot here. They should be in a good play. So I'm gonna go Harrison Jr. All right, so you got him. You got Nico. I think Nico's in another smash and play this week. He had a horrible game last week. I think everybody in general for Houston had a bad week. I think Diggs. I try to get Diggs in there, thinking that going against his former squad with the Vikings. But I think it's a great play for Nico. He had 20, 30, and 12 in the last 3 weeks. But knowing that he had a touchdown against Chicago, I think he's in another good matchup against the Jaguars. So I definitely like this play for Nico for 72. So if I'm going to look at in the sense of DFS, I definitely going to pay up more on the receiver side of things this week. So I definitely like Nico for his price point. I think you got to look at Chris Godwin, 6,800. He's just been a tear for the last 3 weeks, and like I said last week, I'm just glad to see him doing this thing. He had 22, 27, and 17 in the last 3 games into this season. So I definitely going to go back here for Philly. He did have 14 last time he played playing at home at Philly, and he had a touchdown. So he has 3 touchdowns in the last 3 games. Can he go back with a 4th one this week? We'll see, but I think Godwin's definitely in play. I hope Mike Evans bounced back here. If you want to look at the stack for Tampa, he only had 7 and 4 in the last 2 weeks, but you can't just not look at Mike Evans. He's one of those guys. I mean, especially one-on-one coverage. Hell, even double. So double coverage, he is a guy, especially if you just toss it up top. So I do like this play. If you want to look at Mike Evans, is hard to play him. I mean, $200 more. Will he have more upside? I'm not sure. I think both guys are in play. He did have 8 and 17 in the last 2 games against Philly. So I think you have to go back here for Evans. But I'm definitely looking more so to Godwin. He's just been more productive and so far into the season. Let's see. I think we have to go back here for Rashid Shaheed. I think he's just still too cheap. I mean, he's under 6,000 on DraftKings. Let's see. Where is he at? Shaheed. Yeah, Rashid Shaheed is just too cheap. 5,500. I mean, he had a dud. I mean, he has 5 target. I mean, been targeted 5 times last week. No touchdowns. I just think it's a bounce back matchup for him this week. Hopefully, he gets in the end zone. But just at this price tag, I definitely think that. But then again, I guess it is paid. I guess it is going. He is actually expensive. Let's see, week 1 and week 2, he was around 4,400, and he was 4,600 on week 2. But I just think for this week, if you want to look for a guy under 6,000, I think Shaheed is a play, and he has upside in his matchup. I think for his price, he could give you that. Hopefully, that 17 to 20 fantasy points. So I do like Shaheed here. If you're gonna go New Orleans, nice little New Orleans stack. I think he is in the play. He is in play for this week. Is Drake London in play? I hate his price tag. I think if I'm gonna pay down to 6,000, I'm gonna go to Shaheed on the New Orleans side. The guy in that type of caliber, it's hard to say. Just having a dud last week to not bounce back in his play this week. Another play for value, I think Quentin Johnson. Quentin Johnson is in a good spot, and he's been low key. He's been doing well in the last 3 weeks. I think he had a touchdown every week. Let me just double check. Where art thou? Where is Quentin Johnson? Quentin Johnson. I'm sorry, he had 3 touchdowns in the last 2 weeks. 3 touchdowns in the last 2 weeks, man, and I really don't see that much. But then again, Herbert's out. Isn't Herbert out? Man, I think the Chiefs is definitely gonna be a problem. That's why I'm not really on the Chargers. I'm trying to find like value. I think he's a good value player for 4,900, but I mean, I just think Chiefs is gonna go crazy if Herbert's out. But then again, maybe not. I mean, you have Sam Darnold. I mean, he's a backup that's going crazy. You had what's his name? You had the Andy Dalton going crazy last week. So it could be it could be a good game. Who knows? But I think Quentin Johnson for his price point under 5,000. I mean, if you're looking in this game script to where they have to pass the ball to stay in the game, I think you have to look for these type of guys in the pass attack. So I think Quentin Johnson. I think you have to look this route if you want to look for value. So I'm gonna go Quentin Johnson under 5,000. I mean, if I'm looking at the script, they got to pass the ball. I don't really see the run attack, but if they got to pass the ball, hopefully we get some guys in that 4K range to have some upside. Let me see. You got anything else? What about Jerry Jeudy? Like the Raiders could be a problem. I think Raiders, while having Adams and play, I think it might be a problem to where Cleveland could do some work. I think Jerry Jeudy for his price at 52, he's getting average around 7 targets a game in the last 3. He just got to get a touchdown and to pay up his price point and show some upside. But I think Jerry Jeudy could be a spot here. Jerry Jeudy for value. He's done well. I guess he's done well against. If you're looking at him in the last 2 games at Vegas, let's see. He had a touchdown in the last 2 games, so he had average around 15 fantasy points in the last 2. So I think Jerry Jeudy, if you're looking at the passing game, did my line. Nice call on Shaheed. He did my line. Probably dirty. I'm going back to him after that donut. People are not on him. And how many times you see a pay? Oh, yeah, 100%, man. Yeah, I think so. He's definitely gonna be a play to bounce back. I mean, yeah, I mean, you gotta, and that's the thing too about DFS. It's like you got a player like that to where they give you a dud, and it's hard to bounce back and pick him for the next week after he just killed your parlay or killed your DFS lines and whatnot. So yeah, I think Shaheed is definitely in play this week. I think you definitely got to go back to the well. I think I like Jerry Jeudy. I think he's gonna be low owned as well. I do want to consider him, but they're looking at a low scoring game. They're looking at a 36 implied total here, but he's getting the targets and he get a touchdown. I think he's gonna pay up his price. So I like Jerry Jeudy. I think he's gonna be low owned. Hopefully he can give you that 20. I mean 15. Hell, if he gives 20, cool. But if he gives that 15, I think that's doable here. If you need some value in the receivers, I think he's gonna be a low owned good play in general. All right. Oh, let's see who else do we have here. All right, let's see. Anybody else in play? I'd like that one guy off of Cincinnati. I can't pronounce his name. Andre Osvius. How you pronounce his name? How you pronounce his name, man? Hold on, let me see how you pronounce his name. Andre. I think it's Andre Ovas Asivas. I gotta pronounce his damn name.
Excited to be joined by second-year receiver Andre Yosvash. Andre, thanks so much.
Man, Osvash. What? Man, I hate these. Man, look, man, these European names. You would think it's one way, man. They just pronounce it so different. How do you pronounce his name? Osvash?
Wanted to start off, excited to be joined by second-year receiver Andre Yosvash. Andre, thanks so much. Wanted to start off,
Yosvash. I ain't no damn Yosvash. It's like Jokic, right? Everybody say Jokic. Was it Jokic? Everybody used to say Jokic. Jokic. His name is Jokic. Jokic. His name Jokic. Oshwash. Oshwash. So Andre Oshwash. I like him, man. 4,100 on DraftKings. I mean, 555 on FanDuel. He's been that guy, man. I gotta respect it because he's doing his work. He's getting the targets. I mean, he's at 15 to 16 in the last 2 weeks. Straight from a Serbia boxing match. Facts, man. Good dog. These damn names are so random. But Andre Oshwash I think he's a good spot for his price point. Good value here. So let me see. Going against Carolina too. I mean, Carolina's kind of Oshwash. Hey, what did Orlando Brown say about Diddy? Ushquash. That's exactly what I got out of this joint. Orlando Brown was like, Ushquash, give me that Ushquash. That Ushquash. But I think Andre Ushquash is a good spot, man. I like this play. He's been a dog, man. In the last 2 weeks, got 3 touchdowns in the last 2 weeks. So I think for his price point, 4,100. I think last week was the week for Jameer for Chase. I think it's gonna go back here for Oshwash. It's gonna be the play. So I'm going back here. Ushwash. I think he's a good spot for value. Oh man, that was funny. I think I'm pretty much done. I think a lot of people might go to Rome. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. Might have to figure that out. I'm gonna go Judy, and I'm gonna go Oshquash. 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 Fooshwash. I think he's good value here. I like this play for him too. Anybody else on the Cardinals do I need to look at? Oh, you know what I was looking at? I like Darnell Mooney. Darnell Mooney, 4,400. I think he's also a good spot here. Mooney, we might have some good value at receivers this week. Darnell Mooney, I like him. I like him too. Let's see, Darnell Mooney. He had 17 and 14 in the last 2 weeks. I mean, here it says 15, 18, but he had a touchdown against Philly week 2. The last time he played at home against the Saints, he did have 17 with a touchdown, 5 for 6 with 69 yards. I think it could be a good spot for him, man. Darnell Mooney is getting targets. He got 8 and 7 in the last 2 weeks. I feel like if they're gonna throw the ball, I think it's gonna be a game where they're gonna have to be competitive. Darnell Mooney, just like he got targets, he's getting the looks, he's paying his price tag. I think Darnell Mooney. He said I'm a little iffy on Oshwash as the season goes on Chase play. I agree, but I feel like Chase was due. I don't think Chase is gonna. I don't know, man. Like looking at DFS side, it's like when you got a guy to hit his ceiling that week, it's gonna be hard for him to keep that going the following week. He's in a good spot. Don't get me wrong with Chase, but I'm not chasing it. But I think Oshwash, he's another guy where he had a bad game last week, and they let Chase do his thing, got 2 touchdowns. But I think it's gonna go back to where he gets, I think he had to just feed Chase, give him back his rhythm. But I think he's gonna go back to being normal in the pass attack this week. So I think I have to go that route. I think I have to go that route with him. But don't get me wrong. I think Chase is still a good play. I'm not gonna play him. I think I'd rather pay up for like a Godwin, Nico, Harrison. I'd rather go that route than to go back to Chase. But to get some value where you got Oshquash, I think you gotta go. I think why not for his price point? But hell, even Darnell Mooney. I think Darnell, if you're looking at the pass tag, I think he's also a good play for his price. So I'm gonna go here and plug in. I'm gonna go ahead and plug in Mooney just for the value purposes. So I think we got some good value. We want to look if you're gonna play those 7,000 to 8,000 players to get some guys in the 5,000 to 4,000 range. I think we got some good looks here for this week. Anybody else that y'all are considering, let me know in the chat. I'm not chasing Trey Tucker. I know that Adams is out, but I just feel Chiefs is gonna go crazy on Raiders this week. All right, let's go to tight end. And if you're looking at tight ends, I think you got to go here for Kelsey. I think Kelsey, he's been balling against the Chargers in his history. If you're looking at history, this guy go crazy. He's due. I mean, he's been shit in the last 3 weeks. Going against the Chargers, this guy playing away, he had 22, 24, 44, 38 in the last 4 games at LA. So this is one of those games where he had a touchdown every game. He has 7 touchdowns in the last 4 games against the Chargers at LA. I think you have to lock in. I mean, I guess you can't lock him in, but he's been real consistent playing at Chargers. And I feel like this is a due play. I really feel like if you want to plug in 2 touchdowns for Kelsey, I think it's definitely a play here. So I do like Kelsey and his price, they priced him at 5,800. This is one of those plays where they're gonna price him at this low, get him at this price. I guarantee next week he's gonna be back in the 68, almost 7,000 range after he goes crazy this week. So going Travis Kelce, I think he's gonna do work like he has always been against the Chargers. All right. Let me go ahead and plug him in. I like this play for Kelce. I think even cash, hell, even GPP, I think he's in a good spot here. I'll put my GPP. I'm going GPP for Kelce. Just the fact that he's been shit the last 3 weeks. I think he's in a good spot. I think for cash, you got to look at Brock Bowers. Without Adams, this guy, he's been my guy not last week. I did want him to do well last week because he's going against Carolina. But he was a dud last week. He was only 3 for 4. But in the last 2 weeks, he was 6 for 8 against the Chargers. He was 9 for 9 against Baltimore. That was a game that he went off like 18 fantasy points. I think he got to go back here against Cleveland. I just really feel like it's going to be a bad game for the Raiders here to where, without Adams in play, I think he's going to be that guy they're going to constantly throw to. Let's see any stats in regards to Cleveland. Now they were they did pretty good against Ferguson in week 1. They not bad against Jacksonville. Then they played Giants. Kind of iffy. I think Bowers is cash. Just the fact of there's a lack of in the offense. I do think you have to look at Gesicki? Mike Gesicki for Cincinnati going against Carolina. Carolina is one of those teams where they give up against the pass, against tight ends. He did have 16 against the Chiefs in week 2, 8 against Washington last week. I think Gesicki could be also a good spot against Carolina at 35. I do like the price tag on him as well. So I think Gesicki is also a good play for GPPs to bounce back from the dud last week. George Kittle, 5,500. He was a dud last week too. And my team is garbage, man. My team is doing horrible. The lose against the Rams was just horrible fashion how we lost against the Rams. You got Ayuk being an asshole in practice this week over pants and shit and stormed off the practice field looking stupid. We just look dumb, man. So hopefully, I don't know. I really feel like the Patriots defense could be a problem this week for us. But George Kittle, I don't think I'm even going to pay it. As much as I want to play him, I am not playing him. As much as I do want to play him. We got Eagles. You got Dallas for Eagles. He's 51. He did well in the last 2 weeks. He's done all right. We had 15, 9, and 12 in the last 3 games at Tampa. 5,100 for Dallas. I think that's I don't think I want to go that route either. But then again, going against Tampa. Tampa's defense is kind of iffy against the tight ends as well. So you got Dallas. Yeah, they give up 52 receiving yards to tight ends. Oh man, I don't know if I'm gonna play Dallas, man. He's kind of iffy. 5,100 for him. I guess he is kind of. I don't know. I don't think he is. I think I'm gonna stay on these three. I like Kelsey a lot. That's kind of the lock play in my opinion. I like Gesicki as well. I think those are two guys. I'm not gonna go crazy on tight end. I just really feel like those are the two guys I like the most. Let's see. You do have Juwan Johnson going against ATL. You got Zach Ertz. He's finally getting looks in the last 2 weeks. He had 9 and 10 against the Giants and Cincy. Going against Arizona, they know they bottom tier against the tight ends. I think Zach Ertz is somebody you could look at. I do like Ertz. I think he's a good spot for his price point. He's under 4. I mean, he's 4,000, so I like the price point for him. Those only. I think there's only 4 I like here for tight ends. Let me know what you think on that end. I'm gonna go ahead and go to the defense. Yo, this probably is the quickest stream I had. I'm looking at it. It's like I'm looking at my stream. It's like it's been an hour. Literally, my streams is like 3 hours long. But the girls are doing well. The girls are doing good. So got a quick stream. What's up, Pat? Nah, man. I didn't. I was thinking of like putting a little ad that I'm doing a live stream. So I kind of just got on here and knock it out. My daughter's got a birthday party at 4:00. So I'm like, let me try to get this in. So yeah, no, they're good, bro. But yeah, let's look into this defense side. Number one, I think I have to play. What am I looking at? I think you have to look at the Browns against the Raiders. I just think Raiders is gonna have a tough time. I think Browns gonna do work here. He said, "Why are you moving fast?" I'm telling you, man. Like only an hour. Shoot, man. But the girls are doing good. Like they're not, going crazy, especially during the afternoon. So just kind of a time where the naps come in play. So yeah, we're doing good, great in time. All right, let's look into defense. I think you gotta look at the Browns. I think Cleveland. I just feel like the Vegas gonna have a hard time in this play, trying to get something going without Adams. I guess you could go Bengals against Carolina. I don't want to risk it for $100 less. I think you have to look at Browns over Bengals. I guess Carolina's kind of like on the little hype from last week. So I guess you can't say. I think you can't say Cincinnati, but more like I'm going Browns. I still like the Steelers. I think AR hasn't been as effective on quarterback. I mean, he has an arm. We all know he has an arm, but they have mediocre receivers. So I still think Pittsburgh is a play for his price point. Jacksonville's kind of like this whole. I was talking to my coworkers this week about this hype with Herbert and Burrow and Trevor Lawrence. Like the hype is kind of dimming down on these guys. Like they're not who we thought they were. You know what I'm saying? So I think Texans could be a run for their money this week. I didn't see anybody that kind of like stand out on Jacksonville side. I think you could go with Travis maybe, but Texans could do something against them this week. I just feel like Trevor is overrated. I've been saying he has been overrated. I just think the money aspect, if you look at how much they're paying him, then it kind of overlooks it. But he's not. I think they showed like a comparison stat to where Daniel Dimes had a higher passer rating than Trevor Lawrence, which is crazy. So if you put in that perspective, I mean, it's wild. So I think Houston for GPP is a play for 3,000. Oh yeah, I think you gotta look at Chiefs. How much is Chiefs this week? Chiefs going against the Chargers. Chiefs are 3,600. I still like the Chiefs here. Only person I really saw that could be is Quentin Johnson, but then again, it's only Quentin Johnson. But I think KC is a play you have to look at for his price. Yeah, man, he's overrated, bro. Steelers are looking real good on defense. Oh yeah, man, like low scoring games. It's been boring, but I mean it is what it is. But you gotta respect the Steelers defense. You gotta respect it. Anybody under 3,000, I'm looking at. I think the only team I could say under 3,000 maybe is the Cardinals defense. I do like Cardinals. Cardinals. Arizona. Man, what? Don't get me started with the Minnesota defense. Shout out to them. But I think they're not on here. They're not. No, Minnesota. I think they play. Minnesota plays on Monday. Am I mistaken? What do they play on? Minnesota. Where did Minnesota play? Am I tripping? Monday. Where does Minnesota play? Do they even... Am I tripping? Where is Minnesota defense? Oh yeah, they look good too. Going against Green Bay, 2,900. Yeah, you're right. I like them a lot too. Minnesota. I didn't really see anybody that looks good on Green Bay. Yeah, I like Vikings too. I think they're also a good spot here. But these gonna be my 5. Yeah, man, that's a good spot for Minnesota. 2,900. All right, let me look at my stacks. My favorite stacks for the week. I think for cash, I think it's Arizona. Arizona is my play for cash. I think New Orleans is my play for GPP. I think you gotta look at Tampa. I think those are the only 3 spots I like for stack wise. Maybe Browns. Let me look at the running backs again for Cleveland. Do I like Ford again? Jerome Ford, he's okay. He ain't all that. You know what's also another spot? I hate to say it, but I think Ramondre going against my squad, against the Niners, 6,200, could be a problem. Yeah, I think Ramondre. I don't want to say it, but I think Stevenson could be a problem this week. All right, let me look back at my stacks. Let's see, running back. I'm going to take away Allen, and I'm going to put Stevenson. Maybe New England could be a problem. Like, I don't see any upside in our team this week, which is sad. I think Patriots defense might be a problem. Yeah, Tampa got embarrassed by it, yeah. Hold on, what am I looking at? It is a tough. Yeah, but the Niners give up so much against her. They just give up a lot on defense. I just see him having a break off game, like having a break off like 40, 50 yard touchdown. I see that happening. I can't be biased. I just see that happening, man. It sucks to say it, but I just see him. I mean Mason too. Mason is still, but it's gonna be a tough matchup. I mean, you're going against the Patriots defense is a problem. It's gonna be a tough matchup overall on both ends. But what is the Patriots defense? Patriots 2,400. 2,400. They're bottom tier, man. I wouldn't be surprised if they give it a hard time and be like 10 fantasy points. I wouldn't be surprised. I will go Patriots defense, GPP. I do want to go Stevenson. I think he's going to be GPP on the run attack. I'm not trusting our defense, man. Like the fact that we gave up against Minnesota. We gave up against the Rams. We know how beat up they are, and we lost that game. We should have won both of those games. Like, we just look fucking stupid right now. So Stevenson, I wouldn't be surprised if he goes off, if he gets like a touchdown and like 100 yards. Like, I don't trust it. Like, our defense is looking horrible. Not alone. Now, I mean, you had a guy like Jennings with 3 touchdowns. Like, to have Jennings go off the way he did, and the way we gave up the game like that, is fucking stupid. Nick said trade Jefferson and Rashad for White. And trade Jefferson and Rashad White for DK, A-Chain, and Jaden Reed. No. Huh?
Blow him in the face.
Lala, come here. Come here. No, I wouldn't trade that. Jefferson and Rashad White for DK. Oh. DK, A-Chain, and Jaden. That's actually a good trade.
What?
Why you hit your sister?
Yeah.
Come here. Where she hit you at? In your head? Why you hit sister?
Yeah.
Why? Go to your sister and say sorry.
Sorry.
Give her a hug.
She hit me.
Give her a hug.
She hit me.
Stand up, Olivia, and give your sister a hug. She's saying sorry. Get a hug. Give her a hug. Give her a hug, Olivia. She says sorry. Lala, go over there and sit down, please. You alright? Alright, go in there. These girls, man. These girls. That's why my damn streams be like 2 hours long with these girls. Trade Jefferson and Rashad White for DK, A-Chain. That's not a bad trade. All right, y'all. I think I'm done with the players. Let me know what y'all think. I do like these guys a lot. Let me go ahead and see what type of lineup we could draw out. All right. All right. Let's go. All right, let's draw a lineup for Draftkings. All right, let's see if we draw something up. All right, so we got Murray. Let's lock him in. Let's do a Murray and Harrison. I like this a lot. We got Ramondre Stevenson, James Conner. We got my guy Oshwash, Andre. We got Nico, Gasecki, Quentin Johnson. That's not bad at all. I like this a lot. Hold up. I like this one. It's a good one right here. If I could switch anybody, let me see. I do like Quentin Johnson, I think, but then again, I'm not sold on whoever throwing the ball. Yes, boo boo.
Daddy,
Yes.
I'm so thirsty.
You thirsty here?
Yeah. What is this? Okay, try.
Go in there and share, please. I like this a lot, though. Let's save this one. See, Murray, Stevenson, Connor, Harrison, Andre, Nico, Jaceki. No, I do want one with my thoughts on Cat going to the Knicks. It doesn't make any sense. If they thought that makes it that much better, good luck with that. I don't. Anybody that thinks he's like a power forward, that whole power forward mix will work, like him and Gobert, and then you now putting him with Randall. Like, I don't know. I really don't care about Towns, honestly. To me, he's just a weird player in general. I don't really care about it. I don't think that's a good one, though. I don't think that helps. I think the team they already had in play, I think to see them get healthy and you add Randall, hopefully Randall gets healthy. I mean, they got better chances into the playoffs, but I don't know. I think he's a problem. I don't like anything about Anthony Towns. Karl-Anthony Towns. He's kind of whatever to me. All right, I do want to go to. All right, I do want to play Brian Robinson. I want to get somebody. I'm gonna get some. We're gonna play Vikings defense. I like Nico. I like with Ravens. It's gonna be. It's definitely gonna be. I think it might be a low scoring game. It's gonna be defense to defense. But I think Lamar's gonna pull out. Lamar's gonna pull a win. I think he's gonna get a win that game against the Bills. I think they're gonna do enough to beat the Bills. I think Bills on their high from last week. I think Ravens gonna pull out a W in this matchup. Man, Bijan is expensive. I might go Brian over Bijan. I like Bijan though. Yeah, it's gonna be low scoring, but I think Ravens gonna pull a win out of that one. I do like Brian Robinson, but Bijan looks good too. I like Bijan. I gotta find some value. It's Quentin Johnson. I don't know about Quentin Johnson. If I play, I'm gonna put that Andre guy in utility. He's 4,100. I gotta find a value in receivers. So the guys we were talking about earlier. I like Darnell Mooney. 4,400 for Darnell Mooney. So I gotta find value either in tight end. I like Kelsey a lot here, but I might have to put Kelsey on another line. I might have to put him on like a line with Baker. I'm gonna put Gesicki in. I like Gesicki for 35. I think he's a good value play to where that opens up more in the pass and the receivers. So if I'm gonna go receivers, I do like Jerry Jeudy at 52. Well, they have Brian Robinson, Brian Thomas. I'm gonna go Jerry Jeudy. I like Jerry Jeudy at 52. I like this a lot. We got Murray, Brian Robinson, James Conner, Marvin Harrison, Jerry Jeudy, Nico Collins, Mike Gesicki, Andre Oshwash, and the Vikings defense. If I would have changed the defense, maybe go Texans against Jacksonville. Yeah, I like that a lot. I'm gonna save that one. I'm gonna do a Baker. I'm gonna do a Stroud. Let's change that. Let's change instead of. I'll keep it the same. But instead of me putting Murray, I'll keep Stroud. Let me save that one. I like that too. I'm gonna go Baker. I'm gonna plug in Godwin. Yeah, I think that's a great one. That's a great lineup right there. I do want to put Kelsey in the lineup, but I don't know. I feel like Kelsey gonna go off. Kelsey. Let me see if I pivot from Connor. I'm gonna go Ramondre. I think Connor gonna go off. Let me go Connor. Connor should go off. Keyword. He should go off. Brian Robinson is kind of like hit or miss. I'm gonna go Bijan. I think Bijan should do well. Who is he going against? New Orleans. Bijan should go off. I feel like I might have to. Oh yeah, I forgot about Shaheed. What am I doing? All right, let me do one with Carr. Derek Carr, 5,900. Should do well. Let's get Shaheed in there. 5,500. It's gonna be up all night trying to build one night. I'm on a slump. I'm going. I feel you, bro. I feel you, man. But I think this might be the game to look at. It's this New Orleans game. Derek Carr, Shaheed. I like Nico a lot. I think I got to plug in. Yeah, I might have to do value with Kelsey. I might have to do Gesicki. No, I can't even do that. Who was my other value tight end I had? I think the only ones I had. Gesicki was my cheapest guy, I think. Shit. Bijan might be a problem, but then again, it's like... Yeah, he's going to bounce back. I think he's going to bounce back on that one. I might have to pivot from this Bijan. I love Bijan today, this week. Shit. Man. I like Nico too, man. But then again, it's like... Maybe I could pivot from Nico to Godwin. Hold on, how much was Nico? Okay, he's only $300. Fuck, man. I might have to pivot from this damn Bijan. Let me go to reminding Brian Robinson. Then again, I like Brian Robinson. I need some more 5,000 range. I like Nico, man. I don't think I have to play Kelsey. I can go with Jaceki. I like that one. Derek Carr, Brian Robinson, James Conner, Marvin Harrison, Shaheed, Nico, Jaceki, Andre, and Vikings. But I don't have to pay Vikings. I can go up to like Steelers. You can go up to the Bengals. You got Steelers defense. I think Vikings is the play. You go Chiefs. Going against the Chargers. They're gonna be a good match. But y'all be up all day. I think these are good plays. But let's go FanDuel real quick. So you got Baker, Brian. They got Bijan going. They got Bijan at 8,000. They know he's gonna go off. They feel like he's going off. James Conner's a great price. I'm not playing Mason for no 8,800. That's ridiculous. I'd rather go Bijan. You got Evans. I like this stack. I like this Tampa stack. Looks good. It's a nice stack. I like this stack a lot.
Yours cook. Look, it's empty.
You drunk it good? You drunk it all of it?
Yeah.
It's good?
It's empty.
It's empty?
Yeah.
You had it good?
Yeah.
It's empty.
Yeah, it's empty.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I like this one with Quentin Johnson. Hell. Patriots defense is 3,100. It's not bad. But then again, do I trust Evans? And I really don't trust Evans. 8,000. Then again, he could bounce back. But I like Nico for $300 less. I like Nico a lot. Nico, Kelsey, Baker. I love this one too. This is a good one. Quentin Johnson. Kind of in the air with this one. I think I have to have at least one line with Quentin Johnson just because I feel like he's the only one on the opposite side of the field that's going to do anything for the Chargers. He's 6,000, but gotta be other people I could play. You got Darnell Mooney. Oh shit, you got Rashid on this one. Shaheed is 61. Say less. Lock this one in. So Baker, James Conner, Bijan, Nico, Andre, Chris Godwin, Kelsey, Shaheed, Patriots. I love this one. I'm locking that one, y'all. So I love this one. Baker, Connor, Bijan, Nico, Andre, Chris Godwin, Kelsey, Rashid, Patriots. I love that a lot. It's a nice little GPP in my opinion, but I love it. But yo, this is my stream, man. I appreciate everybody staying tuned with me. Appreciate you, Pat. Appreciate Nick. Appreciate you, Red. AR. Appreciate y'all. All right, on the chat. Let's cash big, man. But anything other than that, check me out on my X or Twitter or whatever you want to call it. If you have any questions or whatever you want to vibe on that, let me know. I'll holler at y'all later. All right. Peace.